This is a guided meditation to support you in connecting with your body and listening to your body in terms of what you might be ready to work with and call into your life, either through a pleasure practice or some other intuitive, magical practice that you enjoy. I want to take us into our bodies first because our bodies are our first home. Maybe they're our second home if you think about the planet Earth. I don't know which comes first. Earth first, body next. Our second home, the home that holds our spirit, our mind, and allows us to move around the earth and interface with this experience of life. So we're going to go into our body, trusting its wisdom, trusting all it knows and feels and senses on our behalf. We make a lot of our decisions based on our minds and our thoughts, and sometimes with our intuition or gut feeling, but we're going to open it up to the entire body and see what we discover. So as I get us ready, get yourself ready and settle into a seat, a space where you'll be comfortable for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Might be good to have support for your back. And if possible, if it feels right for you, it might be good, especially if you're in a chair, to have both feet on the floor. You may want to rest your hands on your thighs. You might place them palms down on your thighs to feel more grounded, or palms up to feel more receptive. As I mentioned, I'll be taking us into our bodies first. I'll guide us through that, and then I will be reading out loud 12 different statements, and I'll be leaving some space after each statement where I invite you to really notice your body's response to the words that you hear. So you may feel a tightness or a clenching or a heaviness, or you may feel an infusion of energy, a bubbling up or an expanding or a warmth that feels really good. And so just notice, your only job is to notice what sensations your body produces in response to these statements. As we come out of the meditation, you may not remember all of the 12 statements, and that's great, that's good, but hopefully you'll have a memory, a physical memory in your body of one or two statements that really carried for you or really ignited for you something, a sensation that felt meaningful or powerful. So as you come out, you'll notice maybe those one or two things where the sensation was strongest and most pleasant. If there are any that stick with you because they created a sensation of clenching or tightness, that might be something to get curious about going forward. There may be some resistance, some hesitation, a sense of threat. All of these statements are affirming and positive. So if your body is clenching up, there may be some resistance that just might be nice to notice, look into. Maybe that's your work for the future. Okay, let's begin. Settle into your seat. Settle into your body, slowing and deepening your breath. Just taking a moment to notice how your body feels at this time. Noticing any places that currently feel tight or uncomfortable, and any places that feel open, receptive, pleasant, satisfied. And we're going to take a deep inhale together. Holding it at the top for just a moment, and then releasing with a sigh. I invite you to do this again twice more on your own, drawing in clear, crisp, refreshing energy through your inhale and releasing anything you don't need right now. We're going to begin with just a scan of the body, starting from the top of the head, and I will guide you with my voice. Just starting at the crown of your head, just noticing the sensation, if any, that you feel there. And moving downward through your head, through your skull, through your brain, down in the space behind your nose, between your ears, down into your jaw, your mouth, to your chin, down into your throat. Just noticing anything, any sensation you feel in these spaces. Moving down to your shoulders, into your chest, your heart space. Just taking a moment to pause with your heart. Any sensations you feel there. Moving outward a little bit to your biceps, your shoulders, down into your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Letting your hands and your fingers move in any way that would feel comfortable or releasing. Then returning to the heart space and drawing your attention down into the space between your rib cage, down into your diaphragm, and the space behind your belly button. And the space below that, surrounding your solar plexus. Getting into the digestive system, the reproductive system. Feeling into your hips and your pelvis. Everything held there. And then moving down into the legs, through the top of the thighs, down into your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. Here you might wiggle your toes, move your feet, roll your ankles around a little bit, whatever feels right or needed. Then plant your feet firmly on the ground and begin to imagine roots growing down into the floor, maybe all the way down into the earth, reaching down into the soil, releasing as you grow down into the soil, releasing anything that's not needed or desired, and allowing nutrients and sustenance from the earth to rise and greet you, move into your system as needed. Now we'll begin to listen to the body, just noticing the sensations that arise, their quality, their intensity, anything else that arises with these sensations as you listen to my voice. Okay, let's begin. I am ready to receive abundance. I am ready to use my voice. I am ready to create something new. I am ready to call in new relationships. I am ready to reconnect with my body. I am ready to call in adventure. I am ready to change the way I work. I am ready to forge my own path. I am ready to change my relationship with money. I am ready to live more intuitively. Just take a little pause, an additional moment to reflect on the statements and the sensations that landed for you. Just holding those for your future self. Now we'll begin to move through the body once more from the toes to the crown of the head. First, feeling into those roots we put down into the earth, feeling that connection to our first home, this life-giving force that sustains us and calls us into co-creation again and again. Let's send through our roots into the soil some gratitude for this life, this experience, this body, this being that we are. And let's absorb any last nutrients and support we might need going forward. Just know that that support and nutrition that we've been absorbing in this meditation will be digesting in the hours and days to come. And we'll begin now to retract our roots, pull them back up into the body, feeling that separation between the soles of our feet and the floor beneath us. Just noticing any sensations in the toes, in your feet, in your ankles, moving up into the calves, into your knees, up into your thighs, up into your pelvis, your hips, and everything contained within. Up through the sacral chakra, the space between your belly button, your pelvis, moving up into the waist, the solar plexus, all your digestive organs, up into the diaphragm, the space of the lungs, and then the heart. Now leaping over to your fingertips, your hands, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your biceps and triceps, into your shoulders, once again to the heart space. Pausing here to acknowledge any sensation or shift from your first stop here. And rising up into the shoulders, into the throat, up into the space of the skull, your mouth, behind your nose and between your ears, your beautiful mind, your third eye, just above where your eyebrows meet, and the crown of your head. Here, imagining a little circle of light at the very top of your skull in whatever color feels appropriate. Just imagine that circle of light, that seal of light, beaming up into the heavens, reaching down through the body, your conduit with spirit and the divine. Also your protection from energies that may distract or disturb, creating a sense of safety and protection. Over the next few breaths, bring your attention to the space where your skin meets the air around you. Noticing the temperature, the quality of the air. Coming back into the fullness of your body, the fullness of your being here in this present space and time. As you're ready, as you come back into yourself, open your eyes, return to your space in the present. From here, I encourage you to write or draw or sketch or color anything that seems important, anything you want to remember going forward. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being present with your body. Have a beautiful day.